もしもし。
もしもし、今日はゴジラについて話します。時にシン・ゴジラがタミックブラスを使いとき、私はスカーディナと申します。メギンと申します。私たちが、これから英語で使います。Hello! As promised, I said we would speak English from here on out. Hello! Today, as just noted, you might notice by our subtitles, that we are going to be doing Shin Godzilla, aka, just for the sake, it's a really long name, we're going to call him Elijah. Elijah takes on several forms in this movie. It's definitely my favorite Godzilla movie. I don't know if it's Pat, is it your favorite movie?
No, Godzilla 2000 was my favorite Godzilla.
Really interesting. Well, some of us are right and some of us are wrong. If you have a different Godzilla movie, actually like the original, for example, make sure you tell us in the comments below. But today we're talking about somehow everybody dies and somehow everybody lives when he uses his atomic breath. So let's just jump into the scene real quick.
The scene was amazing. Godzilla opens up his mouth that splits into 3 parts, opens it up, he starts singing a song, goes right into the ground, and yes, just like that, except higher pitch. Goes right into the ground and then starts blowing his fire breath, then his like blue fire breath, then his tea kettle laser fire breath. After he gives it all he's got, he's still got like a lot of radiation in him, and he just discharges off his back all the energy he just expended forward, and it just cuts buildings in half, so there's no one and nothing left.
To be honest, they did it in such a good way because it's like so beautiful to watch. It's the perfect emergency management approach to disasters, because you're like, oh, all that destruction, but somehow the force of nature is just so powerful to like behold that like you can't think of like it's also beautiful. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. You asked me a question a little while ago. I never answered it. You asked me what's real, what's fake.
Oh, right. What's real, what's fake?
Yeah. So what's real? Definitely not a giant lizard coming out of the ocean and evolving on the ground, walking through a city. But what is realistic in this movie and in the scenes preceding this and the scenes after it, it depicts what it is like in an emergency operations center, what it's like on the government operations side and how they're responding. It shows people getting into task forces to solve problems, people from diverse backgrounds and with diverse jobs. That's a critical part of a successful response in EOC. So that part was very realistic. I found most of the movie to be realistic other than the threat itself.
Yeah, sure. The scenario. I like how even they're like, oh, Godzilla, don't worry, he couldn't come on land. And then boom, comes on land. Just like breaking all their knowledge, and they address it in the movie. I think this is one of the best movies, seriously, one of the best movies to depict what it's like in an emergency operations center. Even all the sidebar conversations that are happening. There's a main group that wants to do something, and then there's like the group, like the couple people are just like, no, we have to do like something now, and just like plowing through. We talked about that on our last episode. And so like I just feel like, man, this is like just like knocking it out of the park. Good on Japan, despite the fact that their centralized emergency management approach is not, it's pretty broken. They depict it so well in the movie. It gave me a ton of hope that they're moving in the right direction as a nation of like instilling emergency management principles nationally. It also shows that all the destruction happens. Somebody mentioned this to me the other day, like all natural hazards. Oh, it was the preparedness guy. All natural hazards are not hazards until they impact people.
Yeah.
They're not disasters. Do you agree with me, by the way, that like Godzilla killed billions or maybe even millions immediately?
Millions. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say millions.
Killed millions instantly. I mean, a lot of people at that point probably evacuated, like think about it. He came on land, he was there for a while. People are freaked out by it. They probably weren't. I mean, some people were probably watching from their apartments, but I think they had people evacuating the city. That was part of the operation at the emergency operations center. So
Yeah.
hopefully nobody was in town. They didn't show a single person die. I mean, it was also at like the macro level looking down at the city.
Hmm.
But still, you didn't see anyone on the streets. You didn't see anyone anywhere. So maybe that's realistic in that when the threat is either happening or the hazard or when it's already or when it's coming, they evacuate people
Hmm.
to get out of harm's
Ooh,
way.
evacuation orders.
What's fake? Thanks for asking, John. What's fake is the gigantic creature that comes out of the ocean, evolves. It's pure its existence
Female,
in
female.
general. Well, you don't know where its junk is, John.
I know where it's not.
I mean, anyway, so what's fake, yeah, is the giant creature. But if the giant creature represents a hazard, then in that way, it's that's pretty real, pretty realistic. Is how the city evacuated, how the city officials reacted. Obviously, the giant dinosaur creature, not real.
Ooh, are you a Godzilla or a King Kong kind of man?
Are
Who
you
would you
asking the
fight
audience
for?
or are you asking me?
Who else? Who else would I be asking?
The audience?
The Hey, I was actually asking the
Elijah?
Godzillas behind you.
You asking
Oh,
Elijah right now? Oh, definitely a Godzilla. I mean, King Kong's not gonna win. He's a
no. Like that whole like that whole part. Like I don't care like how big you are. Like you're dead. Like that's a you're a dead moment.
what's realistic is that he's wagging his tail through most of it while he's destroying the city. It just shows that like dogs, that's how he shows his pleasure, that he's just really excited about something.
Well, honestly, he's not like destroying anything intentionally. He's just like growing. He's like, ah, I'm so excited. Bah, I'm so excited. Bah. Da, 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 do, do, do. Oh, I'm tired. He is essentially a 3-year-old child, like just like super excited about life, has no idea that they're destroying everything, um, and just growing rapidly. And like I said, beautiful but destructive.
Smart people buy instinct ready go bags. It's all the cool things. Upgraded emergency preparedness, multiple options designed for every home, created by first responders, and they were even featured in the New York Times. Go to thereadinesslab.com/shop or click on the link below to pick up your bag today.
Award-winning books that prepare children for disaster, check. Written by Dr. Heather Beal, check. Easy way to learn in a healthy environment, check. Endorsing cool people with great ideas, check, check, check. Grab a copy today at thereadinesslab.com/shop.
Land ahoy!
Man, what I would be doing in this situation, I'd be dead. You'd be dead. You'd be dead. All your satellite communications down. If you saw the beam's going for hundreds of miles, right? Luckily, the curvature of the Earth like eventually spreads out into space, but all your comms are down. You have no situational awareness. The fireball already killed you. The buildings fell on top of you. I would be doing nothing in this situation because I would be dead.
I think their emergency operations center was in like a different city. It wasn't in the city that
No, no,
Shin.
no. The entire EOCs goes into a bunker underground, and they're reminding. I think he's
That's
like the
right.
sit rep guy, or maybe he's a deputy ops chief. I bet that's what he is because he's not the guy in charge. He's number 2, and he's watching the
Oh yeah,
plane
he's
get
watching the
destroyed.
helicopters and the bomb. He's watching the bombers.
What would you do? This is a recovery mission, if anything, for me at this point. Outside of the
Uh,
evacuation orders, I mean, geez.
yeah, this is like a world effort.
Mm-hmm. There's
This is
definitely
yeah.
multi-nation coordination here.
Yes, yeah. Just because there's uh, probably many people from many different countries are impacted. They're an ally of the U.S. U.S. is going to go and help. Tons of other countries going to go and help. Kind of like we're seeing with Ukraine right now. But there's just so much destruction that they're trying to do damage assessments, but how do you do damage assessments in a city where buildings, skyscrapers are on the verge of collapsing? you probably don't. But what are we doing? I guess watching in awe from a distance and then saying lots of prayers.
I saw on the TV that Godzilla recently attacked South Korea and thousands are dead. It's a really soul crushing news.
Oh no.
Yes, that's my favorite one so far. What do you find between Godzilla's toes? Oh no.
People?
Slow runners.
Oh no.
One day Godzilla ate Tonga. Then he said, "That was good. I think I'll have Samoa." Oh man.
I think our PSA on this one would be when you are when there's something headed your way, when there's a hazard headed your way and you're told to evacuate, understand that you need to evacuate and just get ready to go. Don't fight it, just go. Just have your stuff ready at the door or just run around the house for the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, getting your stuff together and head out the door.
Maybe in a voluntary evacuation is also probably like a good time to like make your life easier. So like you get the hotel first, you get like the distance first, you get the gas that's still in the gas station, like all the things. Like anytime you can put yourself in front of the crowd who's also evacuating, your life will be better. First come, first serve in the economies of the world.
That's a great call out. As soon as you get the voluntary evacuation order, you don't have to, you're not required to go yet, but it could be with the right winds or whatever, with the right trajectory. It could be headed towards your house. Go out, go get gas right in that moment. Go ahead, go to the grocery store, get some snacks for the road or your family.
Yeah.
Make some preparations in the moment.
Yeah. Call a family member, say you're going to spend the night and, you know, have a destination to go to away from the problem. Thanks for watching Movie AAR this week, where we talked about Godzilla, aka Shin Elijah. Of course, check out the Readiness Lab and all the things. If you're interested in emergency management, check out the Readiness Lab. It's awesome. If you're interested in emergency and disaster services, that podcast network, the Readiness Lab, goes really far in detail about what that career looks like, and so make sure you check that out if you're really interested. And if you're already in the field, it's also a great resource for leadership and really cool stuff there. And last but not least, Elijah is the man for editing this. Follow us, put a comment, do all the things, and we'll see you for next week. Oh my gosh.